Hey guys, this is Faith with Urban Vacancy Press. Today we are speaking with the Happy Alright. Once again, this interview was recorded over the phone just to encourage social distancing. Hey guys, if you just want to give me your names and what you play in the band, just to introduce yourself to our new listeners.
Sure. This is Sterling. I sing and play guitar in the Happy Alright.
And I'm Mason. I play bass in the Happy Alright.
Oh, so what are you guys up to during this time? How are y'all staying busy?
For me at least, just lots of TV like everyone else, lots of games, a good amount of music too, which is nice. It's been kind of refreshing to kind of have extended periods of time where I can just kind of grind away at stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like you need breaks from alone time. So I've just been trying to switch it up every day, not end up in these cycles of doing the exact same thing. I don't know. What about you, Mason? Are you on the same page?
Kind of, yeah. Thankfully, I'm still employed, so I'm teaching music lessons via Zoom, and that's taking up the normal part of my day that I would normally spend working. But also lots of video games, grinding away on that new Animal Crossing. Got some Rocket League as always. Yeah,
Animal Crossing is my favorite right now. I'm trying to pay off my second loan.
Dude, I sold a whole bunch of turnips yesterday, and I got 2.3 million bells.
I saw that. That was insane.
It was probably the greatest feeling of my entire life. I haven't actually logged in today because I paid off one of my bridges and I got an extension on my house again. So I'm probably going to log in and do that sometime today. Check out what all I got going on.
Animal Crossing seems to be the new way for everyone to stay busy and kind of stay connected right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's get into the band. I want to learn more about you guys. So how and when did the band form?
Okay, this is kind of a standard question, so we have kind of a weird, complicated answer that we tend to give. I guess technically the band has been around since 2011, 2012-ish, just kind of as an entity, but in its current form and touring form, I call it 2013 when me and Mason met. So that would have been our freshman year of college when we first got together and started playing.
In addition to that, how did you come up with the band name?
See, that's another one where it's I feel like we have such a lame, uninteresting answer.
I really like the story. I think it's funny, but
it definitely is funny. I always feel bad because some people have crazy stories and some people have just I don't know. Sometimes there's just really deep meaning behind band names, and I feel weirdly enough, our band name either comes across as they're wow, that is super profound, or wow, you guys don't care at all. It is not. And it's kind of more.
They're both right.
Yeah, exactly. I think there is a profoundness in not caring in a way, but yeah, basically it was just on a list of names back in 2012, and it was the one everyone dislikes the least and likes the second best, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So it was kind of everyone's second
Came
favorite.
to a mutual agreement.
Everybody's second favorite band name.
Yeah, exactly. Unanimously second favorite.
All right, I like that.
That's our vibe.
So you guys have a newer release. Thank you very much. Can you tell us a little bit of what the writing process is like? I know you guys went into detail with each song over on your channel, but just an overall answer, what would you give?
I mean, Mason, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, it was our writing process. We don't have a really hard and fast way that we write. A lot of times it'll be Sterling will come to the table with like some semblance of an idea, and we'll start kind of working on it and hashing it out. Sometimes we just get together and we have nothing, and we're like, all right, let's see what we can kind of hash out and flesh out, that's kind of how we did Next to Me. And then like we were up at where I work, we were up there until like 4 a.m. or something crazy, right? Like it was like the week before recording or something, and we were like, we absolutely have to write one more song.
Yeah.
And we wrote that one. And just like a fit of madness, trying to like rack our brains about how to write a song out of nothing together. And then, there's songs like How It Feels, which Sterling kind of just like brought like pretty much completely finished. And it was just like, here's this song that I have. I was just like, wow, that's fucking incredible.
Out of all the songs that you've written so far, what would you say is the one that you're the most proud of that you've released?
That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
I feel like I have like two versions of answers for that, where it's like there's one that I like the most, and I just like am happy with the song the most, which is probably Lucky to Know You. I've said that a lot recently. Like to me, that one just feels the most like it was just really fresh and organic, the process behind it. But in terms of just like something that was almost like rewarding in a weird way, was Lowe's Letter. I was thinking about this the other day, just since like it's been a couple of years since we like recorded that first EP Run Home. We brought that song to the studio. It was like a minute long, and we were stoked on it. Like as it was like, it had no chorus. It was just kind of like a high energy interlude basically. And our producer at the time, Seth, he was just like, yeah, you need to write a chorus. Like, this is not a real song. Like, you need to make this an actual song. And then we just literally that night finished the song, and then it went from being this kind of like, I don't know, almost just like fun little interlude to like our biggest and, kind of, one of our best songs, I think. But that was just kind of an interesting way it came about, and it just resulted in something special.
Definitely. I think the one that I'm most proud of us putting out is probably Lucky to Know You, just because of the fact that that was like kind of our first attempt at like I guess it wasn't our first attempt, but I feel like it was our most successful attempt at like self-producing a song. Right. And it sounds like really good, and I'm like proud that we were able to like record that ourselves and like add it on. And like it's funny because that song wasn't originally going to be on the record, and then now I can't imagine it without it,
I think that one is like one of my favorites that y'all have released. It just feels like different, and it's new and like refreshing. I love everything that y'all have written, obviously. Huge fan. But just like something about it, just, I don't know, like calms me down and like brings me to a good place. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that.
That's awesome. Thank you. That's great to hear.
So I know y'all recently just finished a tour, like before, all this went down, and then you were supposed to go on another one. So speaking of touring, like, what has been your favorite show that you've ever played? I know y'all have gone on like a ton of tours. What would you say, or like, what's your favorite city to play in?
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Favorite show or like favorite city?
Either one. If you got a favorite show, I feel like that y'all play a lot, so I don't know can you pick a favorite show?
I don't know. I'm having a hard time thinking of one, like just off the top of my head right now. I mean, Chicago's always really great. Oklahoma City is always awesome. Those are a couple places that just come to mind, like off the bat, that I love playing, besides Dallas.
Yeah, definitely. I think like a favorite off this last tour, which is now it's a place that I'm just super excited to go back to, was Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
It was like 150 kids in this weird, like, kind of like hotel restaurant, like super bizarre setting. but awesome show.
Yeah, like definitely like one of the, if not the best shows of that tour.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could tour with anyone, who would it be and why?
Oof.
Like any band?
Yeah, just anyone.
Wow. One band for me that's just like bucket list, like lifetime achievement band is like Vampire Weekend. To me, that would just be, I don't even know realistic musically or anything like that.
Insane.
But just that would just be absolutely nuts. And I love them and everything they do. So that would be a big one for me.
Yeah, that'd be very cool. One of the ones that's always just kind of been a bucket list band for me is the Wonder Years, just because they're one of my absolute favorite bands. And I feel like that's like not too far out of reach for us. Like that's something that we could like absolutely do. But it's also like it's the Wonder Years, and that band is, oh man, they're a great band.
I feel like both of those shows would be really, really sick.
Vampire Weekend, the Wonder Years, the Happy All Right. That's post-Corona tour, 2020, hopefully.
I would immediately buy a ticket. So I have a couple would you rather questions that I've been asking people, and I'm really curious to see where y'all would stand on these.
Excellent.
Okay, so would you rather never play a show again but you can release new music, or only play shows but you can't release new music?
Wow. That's definitely a really hard one, but I'm pretty sure I lean release new music and never play a show again. Like, I love shows, and it's probably my favorite thing to do. But
the idea of playing
to only do making new music. Yeah, not only just like not being able to put out new music would like, and like playing the same songs over and over again would like definitely get old. But I also like, for me, it's just writing and recording is like that's the top of the of things I enjoy about music.
Yeah. Being able to like create new things and like flex creativity is like amazing.
See, I feel like if you went with never playing shows and you can still release new music, you could kind of get around it by just like doing Instagram lives or things like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could work.
Yeah, exactly.
Only do Twitch streams.
So I know y'all have already done like a Instagram live. Do you plan on doing any more of those?
We definitely should. We had this kind of like loose plan to do like kind of our own one, you know, not on someone else's channel or anything like that. I don't know. We'll definitely figure it out. I'd love to do more just like intermittently, just kind of randomly, you know, not really like make a big thing out of it or anything like that. But yeah, also if anyone wants us to come play on their thing, also hit us up.
Here's another would you rather question. So would you rather play small shows once a week or play one festival once a year?
I feel like being a festival band would be like fun in its own way.
Right.
But
are you bound to the once a week show thing? Like, do you have to play that show every single week?
No. So like smaller shows like house shows and like, you know, like no more than like 50 people, I'd say.
Right. That's a hard one. I feel like I'd rather play a show every week just because for me personally, having just like this one huge show every year would be too stressful. I would be overwhelmed with like being afraid of, you know, not preparing enough for this one gig and then it going horribly. And then the rest of the year you're like, well, no more shows until next year.
Yeah, that sounds pretty brutal.
Like chance to like, you know, hone our skills and also just like play regularly.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's always good
to do like a yearly fest.
So are there any festivals that you guys have on your bucket list to play?
All of them.
Yeah.
Every single, yeah.
I mean, there's
Coachella,
always huge
right?
ones. Yeah, like Coachella, Lollapalooza, like that would just feel amazing to say. But for me, like Reading and Leeds has always been one that just kind of
Jeez.
it just feels like the biggest deal ever to me.
Yeah.
Even to play on like the smallest stage at like 9 a.m. or whenever the show starts, like
Just be like,
I would die happy.
Yeah. Very, very cool.
Okay, so that is all of the questions I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me with this.
Thank you for having us.
Remember, new episodes every Tuesday and Friday, so just be on the lookout for those. They're available on all streaming platforms. Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.